Imagine there's no heaven, diddle-do. It's easy if you try, diddle-do. No hell below.
John Lennon, musician, artist, poet, prophet of peace. I'm Allison Field with Max Movie News on The Man and the Myth.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
Imagine, even now, years after his death, John Lennon's music and message are still making news. 2 recent books, a full-length feature film, and a new star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame have all catapulted John Lennon into the spotlight once again.
John would have been thrilled, and he would have loved it. And this star, hopefully, will go on for many, many centuries to come, for people to come and touch John's spirit.
But who was the real John Lennon? George Martin, who signed the Beatles to their first recording contract and later went on to produce their biggest hits, recently had a hand in doing all the music in the new film Imagine John Lennon, which brought back memories of the John he knew so well.
Well, he was always incredibly inquisitive and curious and wanting to know what lay beyond something, as Paul was too. They were very similar in that respect, so that they were always pushing me to be more adventurous, which was fun.
Love, love me do. You know I love you.
John certainly was the oldest of everyone and started the whole thing originally, but I don't think John was sufficiently organized to be a true leader. He was a leader by imagination more than he was, whereas Paul was always a bit more organized than he was. So I think the leadership thing never became a worry for me, because whoever wrote the song was the guy I concentrated on.
Let me take you down to some going
When I worked with John, it was invariably listening to a song with him, first of all, where he would generally play it to me and sing it to me, just an acoustic guitar. And then we'd talk about it. And then he'd talk in similes and metaphors, and I'd try and dig down and find out what he really wanted.
George Martin used this expertise, as well as many original Beatle recordings, when he produced the movie soundtrack.
It's very nostalgic, except for me. It's something that I've been doing also over the past year. So, I mean, you forget about things for 25 years. You don't go back at all, and then suddenly, because of anniversaries, because of CD issues, because of this film, you start delving into the past, and it is a trip down memory lane, and it's a bit funny, really.
Imagine John Lennon was made from over 100 hours of previously unseen films from John and Yoko's private collection, which Yoko turned over to award-winning producer David Walper and director Andrew Schultz.
And our aim was to do him justice in this film and not come out with a version that would be St. John of Liverpool or anything of the like. We wanted to be fair, balanced, but let him tell the story.
Would you give it all up to run away and join the circus?
I've already given it up. I haven't decided where to run, though.
It was after John left the Beatles and he did his own stuff with Yoko that he became obsessed with this insistence on recording everything.
If I'm going to get on the front page, I might as well get on the front page with the word peace.
But you've made yourself ridiculous.
To some people, I don't care. If it saves lives...
What kind of a protest did you make? You said, I don't know much about my
advertising campaign for peace. Can you understand that?
No, I can't.
A very big advertising campaign for peace.
And self-aggrandizing.
Well, you think of the side of John that people never saw, and they always think of him as being a hellraiser and the guy who did everything wrong. But I saw him as a very warm human being, a very amusing and a lovely man. And I remember after a day skiing, we'd go back to the hotel and have hot chocolate and biscuits by the fire. And then in the evening, we would occasionally go out, but more often than not, we'd stay back in the hotel and we'd play Monopoly or something like that. A real boring thing, but we were happy doing it. And everybody thought we were out in some nightclub trying it out. But he loved simple things like that.
For Max Movie News.
The world will be one.
debonair, handsome.
My eyes are with you wherever you go.
He's Sean Connery, and he's starring all this month on Cinemax.
We're in show business, baby.
He's a TV anchorman headed for action-packed adventure in Wrong is Right.
All right, what is the truth?
He solves a baffling series of murders.
But you will not put a stop to the crimes being committed in this abbey.
In the name of the rose.
Beware of this place.
He's a rebellious Arab chieftain.
I prefer to fight the European armies.
In The Wind and the Lion.
Everything that you have fought for is wasted.
He attempts the perfect crime.
I don't trust you at all.
In The Great Train Robbery.
You're not going to get killed, are you?
I'd rather not.
And the legend continues.
With you, I haven't thought of you in 20 years.
In Robin and Marion.
Lovely girl.
5 great films, all starring Sean Connery. This month on Cinemax.
Oh, give me a smile and invite me in.
When it comes to action and excitement, nobody does it better than Sam Peckinpah. And this month, he'll be taking the director's chair as Cinemax presents 4 of his greatest films. His explosive slow-motion style comes to life in The Wild Bunch.
If they move, kill them.
As a dying breed of outlaws fight a growing nation.
I hear they take out one of those things up north that can fly.
And with the help of Bob Dylan, the rugged feel and sound of the Old West is captured in Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid.
Trying to bring the kid in. Hey, Pete, who's that out there?
On the lighter side, you'll find more than comedy in the middle of the desert.
You trying to tell me you found water between here and Gila?
Welcome to Cable Spring.
That's The Ballad of Cable Hogue.
Amen to that.
Then trade your 6-shooter for 18 wheels of rolling thunder in Convoy. More movies, more choice from Sam Peckinpah and The Director's Chair this month on Cinemax.
Here's something special about The Great Train Robbery, starring Sean Connery. In February of 1979, this film, based on director Michael Crichton's best-selling novel, opened to rave reviews. It was based on the true story of 3 clever crooks who carry out the first high-speed train robbery in history. Sean Connery was cast as the diabolical mastermind.
Can you do it?
I think so.
In order to create an authentic-looking 19th century countryside, the moving train sequences were shot on location in Ireland. During one particular day's shooting, the stuntman was taken ill, and Connery was asked to perform the stunts himself. It entailed his leaping from car to car atop an 1855 railway train. Much of the sequence was filmed by helicopter, with the train going about 35 miles per hour. After several takes, Sean came down from the roof in a rage and announced that the train had been going faster than 35 miles an hour. Since there was no speedometer on the antique steam locomotive, the film crew checked with the helicopter, which had been flying parallel to the train. The helicopter crew reported that the train had, in fact, been doing 55 miles per hour. Although the crew thought Connery was out of his mind to do the scene in the first place, Sean simply laughed and let the local nurse attend to his cuts and bruises. The New York Times said, Mr. Connery, climbing atop the moving railroad cars and ducking under bridges just before a possible decapitation, is marvelous action footage. So watch for The Great Train Robbery, starring Sean Connery, this month on Cinemax.
In 1886, somewhere off the west coast of Africa, there was a shipwreck. An infant survivor was stolen by a family of apes. He grew up among them and learned the laws of the jungle well. Eventually, he became Lord of the Apes.
You have another family, one you have never seen.
My son has returned from Africa.
He is the Earl of Greystoke.
He is what the jungle has made him.
Greystoke, the authentic legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes.
Half of me is the Earl of Greystoke. The other half is wild.
His guitar style and technique set a standard.
His developments in music and electronics revolutionized the industry. He has influenced just about everybody who ever picked up a guitar. Cinemax Sessions proudly presents the legendary Les Paul. With Eddie Van Halen, David Gilmour, E.B. King, Stanley Jordan, the Stray Cats, Rita Cooley, and Carly Simon, all on hand to pay tribute to a musical pioneer. Cinemax Sessions, Les Paul, He Changed the Music. Premieres Sunday, October 23rd.
This month, we've got the rugged and the brave, and the strong and the true, riding the trails to a Western Roundup on Cinemax.
I got the feeling you're fixing to make a point.
Well, how about Anne Margaret, Tom Selleck, Charlton Heston, Sam Elliott, Tom Berenger, Catherine Ross, Brian Keith, and yeah, John Wayne.
I thought that's what you said.
All these great Westerns, and only a month to watch them. The following movie has been rated PG by the Motion Picture Association of America. Parental guidance is suggested.